Two dudes in Tennessee vandalized a McDonald's because they didn't like the way their cheeseburgers were made.
Hi, I'm Logan from Canada. Let's talk about that.
Good Mythical Morning.
Today's episode is brought to you by Catula's, the guys with the goods.
Including the 80s retro iPhone case, because you know you want to be the person in your group of people who has the iPhone that looks like it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
That's where you get it. Catulas.com. Hello? I don't really have a call right now, but if I did, I can answer it.
You'd be that guy.
And my iPhone is protected.
Two allegedly drunk diners were arrested after they threw bricks into McDonald's windows because their cheeseburgers lacked a sufficient amount of onions.
Can you just give me that again, just so that I can believe it?
Two allegedly drunk diners were arrested after they threw bricks into McDonald's windows because their cheeseburgers lacked a sufficient amount of onions.
Reading it again did not help me believe it anymore.
Okay, so there's two guys in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Now, we've been to Murfreesboro a few times. MTSU is where that is.
Yep. It's in the middle of the Tennessee state.
Yep. And there's two guys, Sean Mosey and Christopher Slate.
But we're not going to share their names.
Yeah, but they will remain nameless, but their names are Sean Mosey and Christopher Slate. They are 23 and 21, respectively. Now, they were, quote, this is what they say, upset with McDonald's because their cheeseburgers have been messed up. Well, I guess that was what the police told the smoking gun. And then they premeditated an attack on the Murfreesboro eatery that had scorned them. So this is what happened. This is what went down. Let me just give you the sequence of events.
Okay.
Okay, these guys show up early Sunday. They want some cheeseburgers. And they are upset because they didn't put enough onions on the cheeseburgers. So they go home and they get drunk and they get worked up about how few onions are on the cheeseburgers. I mean, it's just two guys sitting there. You know. Hey, man. Take a look at your cheeseburger for a second.
What? Good, man.
Yep.
Just open it and look at it?
Lift the lid.
Okay. Just looks like a cheeseburger. Nothing out of the ordinary to me, I don't think.
Would you say that you have enough onions?
Well,
Just really think about it.
now that you mention it,
It's less than normal, isn't it?
it is a little bit less than normal amount of onions. They're small, they're diced, they're always diced. That's how I come to expect them. But I would think that there should be more of them.
We gotta do something.
Matter of fact, I am getting pretty perturbed about that.
I'm getting worked up. We gotta do something about this. Look at that. That's an insult to you. That's an insult to me.
You know you're right. I'm personally offended by this.
This has got to be rectified.
There should be more onions here. I think they got a vendetta over us.
This should be rectified.
We got to get in the car, and we got to drive over to the McDonald's, and we got to give them what for. And you know what? There's a center block out there and a rock. Let's take them with us. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll figure it out once we get there.
Pause the reenactment. This is what happened next.
The onions, I like the onions, but if there are less onions, I've never gotten angry about that. Matter of fact, too many onions will be the real problem, right? Too few onions, I'm okay with that as a human being.
Once they received their subpar patties early on Sunday, the two allegedly went home, got drunk, and continued to drink beer and get worked up about the cheeseburgers.
Damn onions, man! The more I think about it, gosh, I just cannot believe it. It's a personal vendetta over us.
We were ticked. This is the two boys. They're probably speaking in unison. We were ticked. I mean, ticked is an understatement. You can read it. It's right there.
No, I'm just going to guess.
We hung out and drank more, and everything went down.
The more I thought about it, I knew that the onions, that normal people were getting normal amount of onions, and that they were depriving us of our rights to have a lot of them diced onions.
Slate allegedly threw a brick through the McDonald's front window, while Mosey is accused...
Not even allegedly. I did it.
Well,
I threw a brick through the front window of the McDonald's, and you know what? It was covered in onions.
And while Mosey is accused of throwing a big piece of concrete... Hey, you got a brick? I got to get something.
You go over to the side window.
Look at it.
Yeah, that looks good. You go over to the drive-through window, and I'll go to the front, and in simultaneousness, we'll throw our bricks through there, and we'll teach them a lesson.
Right.
Never again will they under-onion a burger.
Here we go. I'll go over there and count to 3.
I counted to 3.
You're supposed to count down.
2, 1. I've already thrown mine.
All right, I did it. I think I got one
Teach
of the
them a
employees.
lesson. And then what happened? They were arrested.
Well, they went through the 2 windows, and then 2 employees sustained minor injuries. I think I got one of them.
They hit employees?
Yeah. This is serious. They're getting have enough onions on their burgers.
That's horrible.
Cops found slate.
Don't aim for people, man. Just break property, but not employees.
So one of them got home because the cops found slate at home, but the other guy was captured, Mosey.
You darn tootin' I went home. I had to keep drinking beer and eating my burger. I left my burger back there.
Mosey was captured because he had reportedly fallen face first into the pavement and couldn't get up because he was too drunk.
Mosey, get up. Mosey on out of here now. Come on, Mosey. Mosey on out of here.
Listen,
I got to get out of here. The cops are coming, man.
just go home, man. One of us needs to get out of here.
All right, I'll be back at home. Just call me if you need me.
I can't get up.
Don't mention my name if the cops ask you about me.
I'm just gonna lay here face first for a while.
You threw both of them things.
It's kind of comfortable the more I think about it.
Oh,
Now this got me to thinking that there are 2 types of people in the world, okay?
the types that throw rocks through McDonald's and the types who don't.
No, the types that throw bricks and the types that throw large pieces of concrete. There's 2 types of people. There's a person who orders their burger in a certain way.
You think they asked for extra onions?
No. I'm just saying, they're kind of unrelated in one sense. Kind of related, kind of unrelated.
Okay.
It just made me think, because I think there's a difference between me and you. We've known each other for a very long time. We have ordered a lot of burgers together. Now, when I order a burger, I'd say, I've never not done this. If I go to McDonald's, order a cheeseburger, I just say, cheeseburger. If I go anywhere, I just say, I want a cheeseburger, and only if it's one of those places where they ask me what I want on it, do I tell them what I want it? I just get it. I don't know. Just give it to me how you want it. And then there are people like you,
who do it the right way,
who have it your way. I mean, it is without fail. And my wife is like this too. If we go out to eat at like a restaurant, I just pick a menu item,
and you trust
spaghetti bolognese. I say bolognese. That's how I say it.
That's right.
And my wife has to ask a series of questions about the menu items and is always changing it a little bit. Insulting the chef, I think.
Well, it's one thing, and I will say, okay, at restaurants where it's fine dining, I tend to not alter the menu as much because it's someone who takes pride in a creation. But at fast food places, I will say at McDonald's, I don't alter anything. I'm fine with it. I don't ask for extra onions, and I don't get upset when there's fewer onions. But at Burger King, appropriately enough, I say no tomatoes because
you don't like tomatoes.
They've invited for it to be my way. They've given me the license to do that. And no, I do not like tomatoes. If McDonald's or anyone else puts tomatoes on stuff, I'll eat salsa and I like ketchup, but I don't like tomatoes. So I'll take it off. What is that? What are you saying that says about me?
I don't think it's okay. Well, first of all,
I can handle it.
I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I'm not saying one is better than the other.
Uh-huh.
But my theory is, now, first of all, we talked about picky eaters. I think we talked about that on whatever we call it, the old show, Good Morning, Lincoln.
Yeah.
So we can go back and watch that later. But this isn't necessarily about picky eaters. This is, I think that someone who has an inclination to have it their way when it comes to ordering food. Like, I want it that, and I don't want onions, and I don't want tomatoes, and I don't want mustard, I want a little extra mayonnaise. In fact, the more opinions that they have about the burger that they order, the more particular opinions they have about lots of life situations. That's my theory.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, I've done a little research, and it has been suggested, I don't necessarily think it's been proven, but it has been suggested that picky eating in general is a genetic thing. There's a study of like 5,000 pairs of identical twins. I don't know exactly how all this went down, but they essentially determined that it's not, a lot of people think, a lot of parents judge other parents when they see a kid that's a picky eater. They think the parents are doing something wrong. Like, you don't know how to expose your children to food. You got a spoiled brat. Well, it actually turns out that most of that inclination for picky eating is a genetic thing. So, but I think that if you have that inclination, a picky eating inclination, you're going to be picky about other things in your life.
If you're particular about your food, you're going to be particular about other things.
You're going to be particular about the temperature, for instance.
Yeah.
This is something that holds true.
I'm very particular. Yeah, I'm particular about all those things because I I have an opinion about things that impact me personally. If something impacts me personally, I'm going to develop an opinion about it and as to optimize my experience.
And that can be channeled into positive things. That's why you do more of the editing and more of the very detailed editing with the stuff that we work on, because I just kind of, I'm like, yeah, okay, you know, I mean, whatever. And then you kind of get down into the editing. But on the negative side, it makes it a little bit more difficult to hang out with somebody who's picky. Because, you know, I'm just going to go up to the place and I'm just going to say, give me a burger. The guy who's a little bit more particular is a little bit more...
I'm not making you eat my burger.
But it's a little bit annoying. You have to admit that. It's a little bit annoying.
To say... No tomato?
No.
When I'm ordering a burger?
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed!
No, I'm saying with every life situation that you encounter, they're going to have a little extra opinion and then a little extra opinion. It's just going to be a little annoying. It's something you just have to sort of say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to stay out of this and let him have it his way. Just being honest with you.
I think if you're annoyed by someone ordering no tomato, that's being a little...
I'm saying how it translates into other areas. Like, you know, it's like 1 degree too cold in here right now. Or it's like 1 degree too hot right now.
Or you smell funny.
Yeah, you do a lot of that. You do a lot of, maybe I smell funny.
You're the one who's smelling funny. I'm just the one
Do
who's
I smell like
smelling.
tomatoes?
No.
Or onions? And
I also hate it when people say, oh, you can't taste the tomatoes. Well, if you like tomatoes, you don't taste them. But if you do like tomatoes, you don't taste them. If you don't like them, you're going to taste them. That and bananas too. I don't like bananas in anything.
See?
Are you annoyed right now? See, you're not annoyed.
I'm slightly annoyed. I'm not saying it ruins our friendship. I'm just saying it's a little annoying.
You're not going to throw a brick at me, right?
I'm easier to get along with. Ask Jason. Who's easier to get along with?
Don't answer that.
I don't want to be fired.
All right, yeah. All right.
Question in the comments. Are you a picky eater? And are you picky about other things?
I thought you were going to say, question in the comments, who annoys you more?
yeah, exactly.
Which is fine with me. You can ask that question. How are we going to end this episode? Link does dead move on Rhett. Oh. Ha! So now I get my redemption, which I'm never good at this, but the dead move from the Gregory Brothers episode a few weeks back. It's what you used to do to me. Use your weight against me. I'm going to...
Don't hurt my back now.
I'm dead.
What do you weigh, like 74?
155. I'm dead.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the same...
It doesn't. I think some spit just fell out of my mouth, and it landed right there.
It doesn't have the same effect.
I wonder how much actually landed in your hair.
I really
dead,
don't.
Though. I can't get up.
I don't feel like I'm being dominated at all.
I'm dead.
The more I think about it.
I'm totally dead.